Hello guys and welcome to Greg's Chan 1. I am Greg and this is Channel 1. Welcome to 2017. This is my video for the review of Food Wars, or the Japanese long title Shokugeki no Soma. Now, I know I said I'd be doing them episode by episode by episode by episode and so on and so on and so on and so on, but I kind of got carried away. Which is one of the big pluses of this show. Shokugeki no Soma makes you want to watch the next episode. And for me, that's a very, very important thing. Because I can easily lose interest in a show. If a show isn't interesting, or the characters are absolutely naff, I can just drift off and go, nah. But this show, Series 1, was fantastic. Absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Where do I begin? Okay, so let's start with some of the main characters, some of the important characters that you meet during Season 1. You've got the main character, which is this cool son of a gun, Yukihira Soma. You meet kind of the antagonist for Season 1, in my opinion, Erina Nakari, who kind of doesn't view him as worthy of anything. Another couple of characters, I'll get my clipboard with. Aha, are these lot. So, you've got Megumi Tadakoro Megumi. Blah, 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 blah. Tadakoro Megumi. You've got Takumi Aldini, Ryo Kurikiba, Akira Hayama, Soma obviously, Erina obviously, her cousin Alice, Mito Ikumi, or as she's nicknamed, Nikumi, and then you got Arato Hisako. Now those characters are all pretty awesome, most of them. In Season 1, there are so many great things about it. The way that the characters all interact is a really, really important thing for me. And it feels like you can get attached to characters and the characters actually matter. And that every single character has a relevance to some degree. Which I think is really, really good. You know, the fact that you can, whether you like the character or you're not, you've got a connection. Whereas I find in other shows, which you'll probably see in other reviews that I'll be doing over the next couple of months and over the years and so on, and over the next year or so, you'll probably see a lot of ones where I'll go, wow, this show really let me down because the characters are naff. The characters don't, I don't care. And that's a problem. I mean, if you don't like a character or you do like a character, that's good. If you just don't care, then what's the point? What's the point of the character being there if you don't care? Which, personally, from watching Season 1, there's only really one character that gets enough of a spotlight that I kind of just don't care about until right at the very end. And that is Erina Nakari's pet, as I like to class her, Arato Hisako. She doesn't really get much of a focus until right near the end of the series, where you see her come into her own for the national tournament. And she shows she's quite a good cook. She knows what she's doing. And it builds up really well to where it ends at just in the build-up to the national tournament. And you're kind of going, okay, so who's going to win the tournament? There are so many great chefs. Because it builds up where you've got the tournament going into the final 8, which is what Season 2 is all about. But I'll get to that in the Season 2 review, because when I say I got carried away, in like 3 days I'd completed Season 1 and 2. I really got carried away because it was just so well done that the character and the show was built so well that I just flat out just kept watching, and then obviously I would go home, go to work, do that, come back, have my dinner, you know, flick on some really rubbish TV and go, you know what? I'm gonna watch a bit of Shokugeki, and then that one episode would turn into 7, and it'd be like, I've finished season 1 and I'm on season 2. But that is what's good about it. You watch one episode and you just have to keep watching. So that's the important thing. What else do I? There's so much to enjoy about it. Okay, the foodgasms are a little over the top, but that's kind of its strange niche that it kind of makes it work. It shouldn't work, and it really should just put you off the show, but it doesn't. It just flat out doesn't. You kind of can't help but go, oh, this is brilliant, and you can't help but enjoy it, and you're kind of going, in your head, you're going, what is wrong with me? But you can't help but be like, I'm enjoying this. And something that I wasn't expecting is I was expecting it to kind of just be comedy all the way through. No seriousness, no real build of characters. The characters aren't going to really grow, but it's going to be something that you can kind of go, ha 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 ha, enjoy, and maybe get a bit of cooking, learning a bit of cooking along the way. But I was wrong. I was just flat out wrong. I couldn't believe it. Because you see so many characters grow. First time you meet Tadakoro Megumi, first time you meet her, she's bloody useless. She's she's clearly good enough to get into the academy, but she's hanging on by the skin of her teeth. And then they do a thing which I quite like, which they've done in Naruto, where Naruto meets someone and they improve because of his influence. Soma's got the same kind of thing. He's a bit of a knucklehead, but he brings out the best in people. And that is shown in Season 2, which I'll talk about in detail probably. But you see all these characters improving around him. And the one who gets the most improvement and the most development and the character that you can't help but love, no matter what happens, is Megumi. You can't help but just be like, yay, she's doing it! She's doing this cooking thing and she's believing in herself! Yay! Which is the important thing, because over the series you get all these little moments. You get the Shokugeki between Megumi and Shinomiya. And, Soma, it's Soma's first defeat. And Soma feels it big, because he feels like he let her down, and that he wasn't quite good enough, and that if he had been better, he'd have won. And theoretically, Megumi should have been got rid of. But they let her stay. They're like, no, you can stay. There's potential in both of you. And that's why they stay, and that's like, okay. And, Soma takes it hard for about an episode, where he feels really bad about the fact that, he felt like he let her down. But because Megumi's such a sweet character, he ends up going, okay, I'm going to get better. I have to get better. And that's the whole point of his character, is that he just wants to become a better chef. He wants to be a better cook. He wants to, run his father's diner. He wants to turn it into his own. And, that was really, really good. And then you find out quite near the end of Series 1 that his father, Joichiro, was also at school. But Soma is set on doing the thing that Joichiro could not. And that is take the number 1 seat in the Elite 10. Now, whether he'll do that is something we won't know yet. We probably won't know until Season 3, probably. But it was great to get all of that into Season 1. Because it left you finishing Season 1 going, where's season 2? Thankfully, I've got Crunchyroll, and I came to the party a bit late, so I could just jump straight into season 2 and watch all the way through. Because, any of you who had to do the whole waiting thing, I feel sorry for you. I would have been absolutely struggling to wait. I'd be like, come on, where's season 2? And put simply, it's something that I really grew to love, and I really, really enjoyed the series. There's so many great characters, and building Ikumi Mito up. That was a character who, when she first arrives, you kind of go, she's going to be a henchman. She's going to be a character that, Soma will beat, and then you won't see her again. But she kept popping back up. And there's an amazing episode about 3/4 of the way through, where they all have to go home. And Soma goes home, and he challenges a chain, a food chain, who is doing this particular type of food, and kind of killing off Soma's shopping district area now. To which he calls up Nikumi, because he knows he can trust her to help him out. And it's just an amazing. It comes out with great comedy as well, because when he calls her up, she's like, "Oh, I've got a really busy schedule," and he's like, "Oh, if you're busy, that's fine. Don't worry, I can call someone." But I said I will easily. And she cuts him off, and she's like, "But I said that I can easily make it. I can push all that back for you." He's like, "Is she interested in him?" And that would be a couple I would love to see. I think that would be a pretty good couple. It's a good series. It's something that I recommend massively. Anyway, that's the end of my season 1 review. As you know, I like to score things out. Last year I was scoring things out of 5. I kind of feel like I was being I don't know. You know what? I'm going to stay with the 5-star system, and I'm going to give it a 4.1. It wasn't quite perfect. There were things that needed ironing out, namely the way that some of these episodes seem to have no bearing on some of the other parts that happened, and the way that there was potential that you could see them doing more with it. They could have done more. I feel they could have highlighted more the head-to-head as such. The fact that Erin and Akari will not accept him, and Soma constantly try. I'd have. Because he says, "I'm going to do whatever it takes to make you say that my food is delicious." They could have done a bit more comedy and got them closer together. Where you're having Soma constantly. When he sees her, he's like, "Oh, I made this for you. Please try it." And her going, her having to constantly pull back and not say, "Oh, that was delicious," because she doesn't want him to believe it, because he's poor man. They could have done something like that, and I would have loved that, because it would have been great back and forth between two great characters. And they could have built her up a bit better. If they'd have made Erin and Akari a bit more intimidating throughout the entire series. She could have theoretically been a proper antagonist, because there didn't seem to be a real antagonist, which was a shame. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review. 4.1, still got room to go. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. That'd be fantastic. You can leave a comment in the section below. You can click subscribe, which is bottom left, which is that side for me, which probably means it's that side for you. So whichever side it is, click subscribe, and I'll see you probably in the next video, which will be my Shokugeki no Soma Season 2 review. After that, there will be a couple of Studio Ghibli month will begin. So Cheers.